Today we are going to learn very interesting story in English, and that is lesson number 4.7, The Sword in the Stone. There are many famous stories about King Arthur of Britain. These stories are about how he fought to right the wrong. The first tale of all the tales how Arthur became a king long before the deeds were even thought of. This is the tale of the sword in the stone. This is the story of King Arthur, who was very famous in legend and the history of one of the bravest and the noblest kings of Britain. He grew up as an orphan child, and at last his protector and guardian, Merlin the magician, reveals the truth or about his identity to the people of Britain. So let's see what happened in the story. In ancient Britain, at a time when the land was ruled by white barbarians, the good and noble Lord Uther fought them bravely and drove them away from the land. The people made him king, and he ruled very wisely and bravely. People were very happy and satisfied in his kingdom. But very soon, king died. It was said that he was poisoned by some traitors. The powerful lords and knights who had been kept under control by King Uther now began to demand that one of them should be crowned as the king of Britain. Rivalry grew among them, and the common people were afraid a lot. They felt unsafe in their own houses, and slowly lawlessness is increased and kingdoms started to divide. Nearly 16 years had passed since the death of Lord Uther. All the knights and the lords were assembled to the great church of London for Christmas. On the Christmas morning, just as they were leaving the church, the strange sight drew their attention, and that was in churchyard was a large stone, and on it an anvil of steel, and in steel a naked sword was held, and it was written there some letters, that is, who will pull this sword, he will be the rightful king of the Britain. Many knights and lords went forward and tried to draw the sword from the anvil. They pulled with all their might, but none of them so much as moved the sword. Then Archbishop declared that those are interested to remove this sword, they have to try to do so. Who is able to draw this sword, he will be crowned as a king. At the same time, he declared about the New Year Day magnificent tournament. On New Year Day, a great number of young lords and knights gathered to attend the church service. Those are interested to participate in the great tournament. Among them, Sir Ector, a noble knight, who came there with his two sons, Sir Kay and young Arthur. Kay was his own son, who had been recently knighted, and Arthur, whom he brought up as a foster son. was actually an orphan child whom he had raised as his own son. But the Sir Ector loved both of them equally and dearly. As Sir Kay was preparing himself for this great tournament, he realized that he left his sword at home. Then he told his brother, young Arthur, to go fast and bring back my sword. Then the young Arthur immediately went the way to home to bring the sword. As he rushed for home, he passed the church and a glint of steel caught his eyes. The blade of sword is shining very brightly in the morning. So, young Arthur thought this is very good sword to take for his brother. After the tournament, he will keep it back. Then he very easily he took out that sword and he went. It was a magic sword. But Arthur knew nothing about it. He just saw that sword and it was good for his brother, so he took that, and after reaching he gave the sword to the Kay. Then Sir Kay told, "It's not my sword." Then Arthur told him he brought this from the churchyard. By listening that, Sir Kay stood speechless, staring at his younger brother. He knew all about the magic sword and what is significant, but Arthur was unaware about it. Arthur had always been a brave and valiant boy, and he was very excellent in archery also. And he always dreams as to be the assistant of his brave brother. But now Arthur pulled this sword, which sword great and the mightful lords and knights are not able to pull. Sir Kay's mind was working rapidly. Sir Kay left the Arthur confused there and went very fast to his father and told his father that he took out this sword from the churchyard. The Sir Ector was very wise man. He understood that this is not done by his son. When he asked to Sir Kay about that, tell truth, beginning Sir Kay was not ready to say. He was not ready to listen. Then at last he accepted that Arthur gave this sword to him. Then Sir Ector called Arthur and inquired about the sword. Arthur was thinking father was angry on him because he brought the sword from another place. Because Sir Ector always used to teach them good values. As a lord, as a knight, how they should be. They should be noble, polite and be brave. Then he told his father that he did not steal that sword. Kay needed a sword urgently and he saw it on the way to home, so he brought it. And after the tournament over, he will keep it back like that he decided. And please believe on me, father, like that he requested. Then Sir Ector told, I believe on you. Just once you show me how you remove this sword from this anvil. Then Sir Kay as well as Arthur, to both Sir Ector told to put the sword and to remove it. As Kay did, he is not able to do it. But Arthur very swiftly he is keeping the sword in the anvil and removing. Sir Ector made him repeat the action again and again. Each time Arthur gripped the handle and drew the sword without any hesitation. Sir Ector was overwhelmed and he fell on the knees front of his younger son. Sir Kay also followed the example of his father. By seeing that, Arthur was surprised. He gone backside and he asked to his father, "Why did you do like this? Am I not your son?" Then Sir Ector explained him and shown that what is written on the stone. About that Arthur don't know up to. Then he took them to the archbishop and told him about this all the matter. Then front of the archbishop, young Arthur removed the sword and kept it back again and again. Then archbishop thought to declare about that. But all the peoples, lords and knights, those who tried a lot, they are not ready to believe on it. Then at last, Merlin the magician, who was the friend of Lord Uther, he came forward and he thanked Sir Ector by to take care of this orphan child who was the son of Lord Uther. Then Merlin declared to the people of Britain that Arthur was the only one son of the King Uther. Then all the people of the Britain were very happy by getting their rightful king. New words from the story. Invaded. Invaded means ruled. Invaded means ruled. Next, content. Content means satisfied. Content means satisfied. Hastily means hurried. Hastily means hurried. Square means assistant. Square means assistant. Bewildered means highly confused. Bewildered means highly confused. Next word, stubborn means determined not to change your mind. Stubborn means determined not to change your mind. Next, archbishop means a priest of highest rank. A priest of highest rank. In short, about the story, there was no heir to the throne of Britain. So, tournament was arranged to celebrate the appearance of the sword and select future king. According to the inscription on the stone, whoever pulls the sword from the stone will become king of England. Many lords and knights tried to draw the sword from the anvil but failed to do so. Arthur drew it effortlessly. In this way, Arthur became the king. I hope you understood the story. Thank you.